Where are the redstone timers? Do you see them? Because I don't see them. Redstone timers right here. They're not in the bag. Welcome back to another episode of Digimazter Plays V for Variety. I am Digimazter, and I shall be your dragon on today's adventure. Last episode we built our shop. Didn't get it up and running, but we built it. And this week we're gonna do some more stuff. I have been crafting. Yeah. I've made 17 iron chests, some redstone clocks, mufflers, world anchors, harvesters, 9 liquid crafters, a glacier precipitator, 4 pressers, you know, stuff. So, I've been making lots of stuff so that we can possibly get our shop up and running today. Before though, I want to show you that I'm making a jetpack finally. That's how you make a jetpack. These things aren't too difficult. This one coal chunk takes 2 stacks of coal to make. It's just compressed coal around a cobblestone. Compressed coal is a coal ball in a compressor, which is 8 coal powder and 1 flint. So yeah, takes a lot to make that. These things aren't much. These are easy. Oops, meant to hit the R button. These are easy. Nothing to worry about. And you already seen me make these. Nothing to worry about. So, boom! We made that. So I wonder if I can throw that in there and it'll charge. Yeah, charge it! I would make the next higher up, but it just takes more time. It takes another engine and a bunch of other stuff. Alright, you're fully charged already. Cool. I'm not even going to worry about the protection because I'm just going to throw my armor back on when we're not using it. Oops. Apparently we're already off to using it. Is this still fully charged? No, so it does not charge from our little doohickey right here. Unless it's in our thing. So, let's go ahead and jump out of our base. All kind of annoying. Get out this bad boy. Now, the sunflowers, we don't need this anymore, but it's so cool. But it doesn't really work when you have a jetpack. Look at our particles! Woo! All this energy, we could just have jumped in that. So, we're just going to go to spawn, and once we get there, which we can fly fast now. So once we get there, we'll start digging down. I figure we just do it all on camera because we got an hour to burn, right? We got an hour. Ew. Coming in low. And perfect landing. Get rid of that jetpack. Put on our armor. Bing. Woo. Alright. So here's our guy, right here. Clickety. Click. And this is where I want to put our trapdoor. Look. So we're going to dig down, we're going to go down in there. That's one thing I didn't get. Cows. I need cows. So we'll do that. Did I have enough stuff to make a trapdoor? Yes. Yes. Alright. Trapdoor. Boom. Hoop. Over the counter. Boop. Dunk. Alright. You guys know my secret. Boom. Dang it. Why don't I use my hammer? Oh well. We're going to clear out this anyway because we're going to be making it look fancy-ish. we don't need to go down super far, so this is good. And I did need some dirt, so this should be okay. Hopefully we don't run into too much resistance against anything. Ooh, copper! Oh, what the heck? Alright, we have a cave. More copper! Ooh, lots of copper. Ooh, even more! I will take you, thank you. Once we get to 37, alright. Ooh! Sorry, I have a copper addiction. Because I'm running low. I'll come back for you later, Cole, because I need you to. So I'm just going to dig this out. I don't know how big it really needs to be, but it needs to be a big size. Let's run with F7 running, so we know if anything can spawn. Oops. Boom, there we go. More copper! Alright, so this is annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and dig this off camera. I should have done this already. So I'll be right back. Alright, we're back, and I started to spruce the place up just a tad bit. We're probably gonna have to bust further out this way, maybe. I might make things more messy instead of streamlined so we can compact it more. But in case I didn't pretty up that wall, didn't pretty up the ceiling or the floor. Oops. Bunk. Over here, I've already added a transfer node and some water. So we just gotta add one of these bad boys like so. And let's get into our bag here. Let's pull out some wooden things. Do I have sprinklers? Okay, they're already on me. Alright, so... boom. And then this... go like that. And this thing's going to be constantly full of water. If we fly up here, these guys have water on them. Let's get rid of this real quick, and we can just cover it up like so. Look, it looks alright. We could put a panel there maybe. I don't think it's a multi-block though. And I'm just going to string it. Oops. Oops. I'm breaking things. Just going to string it all the way across if I have enough. And I do. Right, and now we're going to go, and we're just going to go ahead and hopefully not turn any of these into water buckets. Or water troughs, as they call them, but we're just going to till them all. Making our farms. And my back hurts right now. Alright, so they're going to start coming back up already, obviously, but that's okay. We're going to go and throw those on there. That gets all the way over to there. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 area. So 1, 2, 3 ish right there. So we should be able to just boom, and then we'll just throw one right there. And done. They're a little low, but it's not gonna matter. My back hurts so much right now. Okay, so all that stuff is tilled and ready to grow, and it looks halfway decent, I guess. Like I said, they're a little low, but they'll infinitely run. What I want to do now is I want to open my bag. I want to get out a bunch of these stickaroos and run them along. The update recently that we did to 2.3.5 took away weeds, so I don't have to worry about any of that. That seems awfully loud. What about you guys? Does it seem loud? Blocks. That's better. Just run across and lay all these down. Alright, now that those are all laid, the only one we're going to have to actually grow is going to be the soybean. Because, well, I don't have any extras. So we'll just do that. And these guys should grow pretty quick because they're all 10-10. But I also have this just to help the growth ticks along. Mature. Come on. You know you want to spread. There we go. And now we're just going to do this. We're going to get these guys all good to go. Alright. And just tag another one here, another one here. Oops. Another one there. Oh no, did I get... No, it's already spread. Cool. I can't wait to start over here and come and drag it over. This should be able to hit all of them because it's a 3x3 area that this affects. Come on, you're the only one. Alright. No. There. And there. Boom. One more after this. Okay. Grow these two guys up. Ah, this plant can't grow because this thing's over its head. Alright, I'm gonna have to raise those. Good to know, good to know. Alright, come on, grow, grow, grow. Alright, it doesn't matter. He can grow. We're not spreading any more of them. The next one we're gonna do is gonna be wheat that I didn't bring because I'm a dork. So this 3x3 patch is wheat. That makes this 3x3 patch. I'm going to make it lettuce. So boom, 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 boom. Lettuce! Then we're going to do tomatoes. Unfortunately, one of the tomatoes isn't going to grow right now. But we will fix it up. Fix it up, fix it up. And then potatoes. And just like the wheat, I forgot the melon seeds. And those ones we're going to have to grow as well. Dang it. Alright, well, we got that. Let's go ahead and fix this here. Needs to go up one more. Which is no problem whatsoever. Alright. Break that. Break a U. Alright. This thing's full of water, full of water. And then we're going to dig a trench. And then just run it along, just like last time. Boom. Now remember, 1, 2, 3. Let's just stick it right there. Then 1, 2, 3. Let's just there. Pretty sure that's covering everything again. So there we go. Now those guys here and can grow. Cool. So now everything can grow that we have. I need to go back and get those two so that we can actually have all of our plants ready to go. But what we're going to do next, we don't have any power set up right now, but I forgot the upgrade. I'm forgetting all types of things. But anyway, I digress. Let's get it set up, and then we can come back and put the upgrade in. We're going to grab our harvester, and I do believe we're going to put it like right here. Somewhere like right there. How do you have power? Oh, you had power because you were in my inventory. This thing charged it. So that's kind of annoying. Bloop, bloop. Well, it's only going to be able to grow with like literally a 3x3 in front of it. So that's okay. Dang it. But they're going to grow so fast. Anyway, what I want this to do... Oh, I forgot the trash can too. How do you make a trash can? I might be able to make one of those. Trash can. I can make that. Cobble. I don't have a crafting bench on me. I guess there's one outstairs. Bonk. Okay, I need smooth stone. And get. Trash can. Trash can. I got a trash can. This is going to be for weeding out poison potatoes. Because we don't want those in our system. Boop. And they're useless. Woo! Alright. So. Dang it. Dang, there's so many of them there. Ah! Anyway. These. I don't need any of that. Where are my pipes? There they are. Pipes, give me a chest. We're going to pipe them out of here. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types. So, oops, wrong. Don't need a gun. Alright, so we need 6 different ones. So let's just do this as let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. They're not super compact like I wanted them to be, but it's going to work. And then we're just going to run them along here. Alright, grab these out of here. Now, what do I need? I need to put those back for right now, and I need to get filters. This filter here is only going to whitelist lettuce. So only lettuce is going to go in there. This filter is going to whitelist only tomatoes. So only tomatoes will go in there. Punk. Oops. It's the only way I know how to fix it without a crescent hammer. Boop. And I don't have one yet. Alright, so this we're going to blacklist, or we're going to whitelist nothing right now because we don't want anything going in there. But that's going to be melons. This is going to be potatoes. Whitelist, potatoes, and good, we got a poison potato in that batch. Over here, we're going to whitelist wheat. So right now, we just want everything to be whitelisted. Right here, we're going to whitelist soybeans. Boop. There we go. So if you look, these guys are building up. Boom. Perfect. So that will sort out everything that is going to go through these guys. Alright, so one last thing. So I'm going to dig down a little bit. I'm going to throw this trash can here. I'm going to throw a filter on there, and I'm going to whitelist poison potatoes. And chuck poison potato in there. So that's where the poison potatoes go. That's where the poison potatoes go. So we won't have a problem with those whatsoever. So that actually sorts out all of this. Once they get the upgrade and the 2 other guys, they will start building up. They will just start harvesting, mainly because this guy still has power, but he won't have power for very long. So that's good. That's good. Let's fix this wall over here. Gotta make things look pretty while we can. And we'll definitely have to do something to highlight or accentuate those, or maybe not. Who knows? It'll look cool with just those things poking out of the wall anyway. So, soybeans. This is the big pain. Oh, I forgot to craft some things, but I have all the stuff to do it. I'm just learning all types of things. It's amazing what stuff rushes back to your head while you're recording. Alright. Oh, my neck. So, soybeans are kind of a pain in the butt. They come out into here. They're going to come out of there, and they're going to go into a presser. You know, why we don't need those right now. Don't need these things. Don't need these things. Don't need that. Currently don't need an axe for anything, or a chisel, or a sleeping bag, or that. Okay. We know where all that stuff is. We just don't currently need it in our inventory. But we do need pressers. We do need filters. And we do need pipes. Alright, so this guy is going to get piped out the top into this thing. And we'll go ahead and get that started. Also going to need a servo, I think. Maybe. It's definitely not pulling out. So let me get the servos. I made them because I'm pretty sure I need them in certain spots. Servos. Servo. Oh, cool. This servo actually has a whitelist, so yeah, we'll need a servo. Servos for these ones, not filters. This actually needed filters. Servos wouldn't work because the servos are trying to pull out versus accept in. So that's how that works. So if you look, this became soy milk. Well, the problem with these is they only eject out the bottom for this. If I ejected out the side, I would get the soybean. So what I'm going to do to make things nice and compact, ooh, more copper, is I'm going to bring it all the way down and then right back up. So that means right here, we're going to put this, and I'm going to grab the soy milk just to make sure it's the only thing that comes out of there. Boop. Soy milk only. Then we throw the soy milk in there and it'll get compressed down. Wait, I forgot I had a jetpack. I don't need to dig out a trench. Dunk. And that'll come down. And we will get the silky tofu. Whitelist that stuff. That stuff will go into here. Boom. Get turned into firm tofu. And I wanted to go straight up, but I don't have... Do I have my saw here? I don't think I do. I don't think I've actually made a saw yet. Nope. Well, I want covers so that I can run these straight up so it doesn't have to be compact. So that's how we're going to make that, and that's going to go into a chest. And the chest is going to sit right there. So we'll get our firm tofu right there, and our wheat is right here. Our wheat's going to come out. This is the thing I forgot to make, is our wheat will come out of there via a servo into a what am I trying to say? Stuttering. Redstone furnace. Let's do it like this. It will come out into the bottom of redstone furnace, into another redstone. Let's just do that one. It'll come out into the back of a redstone furnace, into another redstone furnace, and then it will connect with this one, and it will make hamburgers. I'm trying to compact these things. We need down there still, so let's leave that one open. Ow! There we go. So that'll come up and be hamburgers right here. Boom. That's where hamburgers will be made. They will come in from the side, and then they will be pumped out the front. To make sure it works, we need a clock. So we got these. Boink. And that will make sure that thing's always running. So that will, as they get the soy and the toast, it will make hamburgers. Because we'll also put a skillet in this guy. Like a so. Skillets. Needs to be used, the skillet, and boom. Cool. Now, for these two puppies, they don't need to be used until we make cheese. So this needs to be combined with cheese. Cheese needs milk, so that's that. Alright, so I think I'm going to cut away for a second so I can get the rest of this. Actually, we can do French fries. French fries come out, and then they go into a... Oh, they need salt, so I need to make the salt machine. So, the salt machine, I think, is going to be made over here as well. Boom, 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 boom. Let's connect here. Can't see back here, so you don't need that. Let's throw a light right there. Alright, so the salt machine we're going to make right here. And the salt machine, basically, all it was to make salt. To make salt, all you need is a water bucket and a pot, and that'll make salt. So why do I need two? I'm not even sure. I think we can just make it with one. Just plop that down there. Let's go ahead and put a timer underneath it. And it required a pot, right? Yeah, a pot. We make sure we have the pot. Where is the pot? It's in the bag, Digi. It's in the bag. Pot, 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 pot. Pot plus bucket of water. So let's get a bucket of water. Can I have water, please? No, that's not how that works. I think if I grab it, though, I'm going to break my infinite source. Yep. I can't grab from the middle there, so let's just go outside and get some water real quick. Whew. There's plenty of water around. Oh, whoa. I tried to fall in there, it wouldn't let me. Boop. Perfect. Can't go through the ceiling. And fall. Alright. So click here. What? Click on there without the bucket of water. Boom, we make salt. So if I grab my bag again, grab these guys, get rid of these, put these in here. Pump water in this bad boy. He's making salt. Infinite salt. Cool. Too bad I can't get it just a... let's see. Too bad that timer won't work. Like behind it or where I can't see, because I don't really want to see the timer. Like I hid this one too. I don't really want to see the timer, but if I have to, I will. Mainly because I'm thinking about pulling out the bottom versus pulling, so I can put the chest like right here versus putting the chest up here or over here, or right here. So yeah, let's go ahead and move the timer. We'll just put it right there. Still making salt, still making salt. And you know what? I think I'll put the chest to the side. Another chest. Another block. I don't know why I put that block there anyway. And we need servo. Alright, can't put that there. Can I still open this if it's glowstone? No. So maybe I don't want that in the wall. Who knows? We'll figure it out. So there we go. We got salt going. Salt's needed all the way over here, so we will have to pipe all the way over there. Hence why I don't think we're going to have enough impulse pipes. But we also need salt for cheese. So this has 2 places it needs to go. So that'll be okay. We can get a round robin pipe. I think there's a way of doing it. I think there's a way. I think we have to get a higher level servo. I think we have to get all the way up to this. Metadata blacklist in between directory mod order metadata ×2 speed. So yeah, this will probably be where we can do it. Filter options. This just extracts single slot, single slot, single slot. But I do believe it allows us to do round robin. I believe. So we need to get a much higher level one to do round robin out of that guy. It's weird how those changed. So we got that set up. Potatoes can now be set up. So what are we going to do with potatoes, guys? Well, we need one of these guys. Potatoes are going to come out of this chest, out of the bottom of it. We got visitors, possibly. Out of the bottom of it. Via a servo. Boonk. Into... Why do I have that in the ground? I'm sorry, I keep changing things. My commentary hasn't been the best, but it's hard to think and do things at the same time. So we're going to do that. And the reason is just so I can hide the timer right there. put it right in... Oh no. If I put the timer down there, where am I going to inject the salt from? Still have to come up. So I'll just have to put a timer there. Screw it. Actually, let's move this one more time. And put the liquid crafter right. Go one more. Right there. Where'd those potatoes go? Oh, I got them in me. Okay. Boop, potatoes. Why don't you stack anymore? Whatever. And then we'll just put the timer right there. Why? I don't know. Just because. And then we can filter in from the bottom. And they're in line, actually, so perfect. So we'll just dig around. Where are we at? Not even close. Oh, crud. Dang it! Because remember, that's going to come straight up into here. So that's not going to work. So maybe we'll just divert it one. Yeah, that'll work. Divert it 2. There. That'll work even better. Let's just clean this out. Alright, so we got amber. There's that. That's not going to affect anything. Cool. Alright, so now we can run our pipes from... You know, I'm really bad at wiring things up, ain't I? Because if I pipe it out from the bottom into that, then I'm going to have to pipe out from the back of this chest. Wow, that's made a lot of salt so far. Because this is all like super streamlined. And this isn't even going to reach, I bet. There we go. I reached. I got 8 left. Give me a servo on the back of that guy. And we're just going to let it go. Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Because that'll fill up with salt way before this thing fills up with potatoes, at least right now. So let's turn the servo off right now. Till we get the... What the heck? There we go. There, good. We'll turn that off until at least we get the ratio to potato intake, because these things are going to bring in a lot of potatoes. I mean, look at the... Oops. Let's break this. I mean, look at that. I mean, we don't even have that harvesting very much of them at all. It's only harvesting a 3x3 area right in front of it. So it's doing it does pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get more pipes because we need them. That's going to take a little bit. I'm going to get the wheat and the melons set up. And I'm going to get a cow setup. Because we need milk to make cheese. So cheese and salt, or milk and salt will go together to make cheese. So I have a cheese machine so we can make cheeseburgers. This is coming together pretty good. Yeah. The only problem is... Oh, and I'll make the furnace size for this thing. The redstone furnaces. And power, because I don't have any power set ready to go. So I'll make 3 windmill or water wheels for these things. Cool? Cool. Alright guys, I will be right back. Alright, we're back. And I did some crafting. So, I forgot a step. We have to take this stuff into a auto crafting table. Because we're going to grab the wheat here. And the wheat needs to do that. And that'll automatically craft. Now, did I set this thing? It's on blacklist, none, on ignored, 4, okay. So it's set to go and do its thing, so if I put those in there, it might take a little bit, but they should go up, yep, cool. Now, I need to do the same thing again, basically. Rid of these, get the servo, slap it on there, there we go. Go boom. And the bottom is going to be the insert. So once this thing crafts it, it inserts it into here. Then this thing is going to go ahead and... I don't think I can export out the front. So we'll just have it export right there. Import on the side. Export on this side. This thing will export on the top. I don't think these actually need servos, but I got them, so I'm going to use them. Because I think these forcefully eject because they're thermal expansion. But that'll go into there. That will make toast. Toast plus skillet plus firm tofu, which I didn't make that. That's one thing I forgot, was to be able to do that. So then we will take this pipe, and we will activate that. So firm tofu will come out and go into there. So that will make honey burgers. Then we need to make the cheese machine, don't we? Let's go ahead and just grab a chest. Do I have one? Is there just a chest in here? No. Just a chest in here? Nope. I have to use one of these. Okay, not a problem. Just gonna move all this stuff. Give it to me. Move all this stuff. Dum 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 dum. Anything else? I think we're good. Alright. Let's spruce this up just a little bit. Where's our bag? Give me one of these, and then these. Boop. Alright. This one actually is going to be exchanged out for a sound muffler. Boop. That's going to make things really weird, but that's okay. Let's pick that back up. Our cows don't need a roaming spot. There we go. We're going to have our milk captured from the back. Like right there. There we go. Get rid of that. Give me that block. It's so weird not being able to hear blocks being broke. There we go. So if we go back into our bag, we can find we have a rancher. Boom. The rancher will then pump out milk. And that milk shall go into this drum. Then from the drum, how am I going to power that guy? He was in my inventory, so he has power. Let's go ahead and drop our cow then, so we can collect some milk. Boop. Let's go get another one. Boom. I just didn't want my shop sounding like cows. Where is that cow? There was one just around here. I know I killed that one in the shop. There was another one. That's okay. Oh, they got cows all over the place over here. What is that? Oh, it's it's a spider with a cool looking like gas head on its head, but it looked all creepy from over there. Come here, cow. I want you. Thank you. You are being used for milk production until you become a downer. Anybody who knows how milk actually gets produced, you'll know what that means. And it's cruel and unusual. And not cool. Alright. Boop. Cow. We got milk? We got milk. And then milk plus salt equals, you guessed it, cheese. So I guess I will power him from the top, because I can't power him from the back. Unless I put the drum maybe underneath it. I don't think so. I think it has to be right there. I don't know. I'll power it somehow. We'll figure it out. So the cows are making milk. So how about we stick this right there. Oops. Let me through. Got all types of random things going on. Alright, so we need to pump milk into this guy. That's why I have this. So milk can come out of that guy. And then into this guy. And then salt can come into this guy. So we can just do like so. And milk. Boom. And then if I break this, come down here, and then where's my pipes? I think this one's going to become a round robin. I don't know how the round robin necessarily works. So let's go ahead and break this. And we will connect this here. It has to be here because you don't need them on that side. So we don't need this, we need these. Nope. That wasn't supposed to connect like that. It's supposed to connect like that. This gets put on. Round robin. There. So it gives us a lot of options to choose from. We're not blacklisting anything. We're just round robining some salt. So it's salt plus milk. So burger, cheese. We need another pot. How do we make the pot? Maybe we have the stuff to make the pot. A stick and copper or iron. Well, if I remember right, we have both. So let's just use iron. So 4 of that and a stick. And we have those upstairs. Boom. Alright. Like so, and like so. Get out of here, stick. So we got our second pot we needed. We're getting there, we're getting there. Soon this place is going to be automated. Ah! No! There we go. Doesn't matter how much salt goes into this guy, as long as we can have that in there. So click. And there we go. And then we'll just go ahead and put that back. Go into the bag. Where are the redstone timers? Do you see them? Because I don't see them. Redstone timers right here. They're not in the bag. Just click. That should be making cheese. Cheese. Man, this is like wired so bad. I'm looking at this, I'm like, man, this is so bad. But cheese is gonna go there. And we'll get a normal servo. This will pump out cheese. Boom. So we have unlimited cheese now. Unlimited cheese, unlimited milk. Except for this thing's not out of power yet. Unlimited salt. So awesome. So that's building up that. Now, these guys will make hamburgers. We should have some hard tofu. Yeah, we do. We have some firm tofu. So firm tofu. So far that makes eggs. And I don't want to make eggs. I don't want to make fried eggs. We need to get toast. But these guys have no power. And they weren't in my inventory long enough to have power. But I can fix that. Come on. Do. No power. Okay, these guys don't like to charge in my inventory. Not a big deal. We just have to Nope, he's all set up still. Cool. Alright, so just go ahead and put that back in there. Alright, so we have that being made. When these two combine, they will make cheeseburgers. So let's get another chest. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this one, we're going to spread this one out a little bit. We're going to put it like over here, because these guys have got to pump into it too. So boom. And then we're going to pump toast into there. that should work. And if we just put servos on both of them, they won't allow items into them. And cheese should make its way into here. But I don't want this to be a chest, because I'm kind of dumb right now. That's not a chest. That is supposed to be a liquid crafter. Cool. Liquid crafter sitting on top of a timer. And we'll put the cheese in there. Boonk. Wow, we made 41 cheese. Does that thing still got power? It does. So it will make cheese and put it in there. I really need to get the toast running, because these things that that have power are going to overrun things that don't have power. Like, that's why I have this turned off right now, because it will fill it full of salt. I thought I had this turned off. I think I turned it... Oh, I turned it back on when I activated that guy, didn't I? It round-robined itself full of salt. Yep. Oh well, we'll fix it. So, we got all of that. Then this guy's gonna make cheeseburgers, right? That's good and dandy. Then we want the cheeseburgers. You know what? I can move this again. Just because of the way I am. Got 55 cheese in there. Cheese. Alright. I don't know, I have salt on me. Put that in there. Alrighty. So, we have that making hamburgers. Hamburgers going in there, meeting cheese, making cheeseburgers. Then we want the cheeseburgers to come out into a chest, because then we can have like a buffer. So that's where we want the chest. That way we have an inventory buffer. So they will come out like so. There we go. Hamburgers go in there. Now here comes the complicated crafting. On a liquid crafter. Put it right there. This thing is going to take cheeseburgers plus lettuce and tomatoes and make thingamajigs. These ones I may limit down to restricted pipes to where they can't produce as much into this thing. I may have to do that with this too. May have to rewire how that's set up. But, because as you can see, these have a lot in them already. I'm not going to hook this up yet, but that's how that's going to happen. This is going to make the ultimate cheeseburger. And then the ultimate cheeseburger plus french fries plus smoothies are going to combine to make the ultimate meal. And that's going to be it. That's going to be the last thing we're going to have to craft. So I want to start with these guys now. I haven't done this yet. Unfortunately, it's not going to be that difficult, actually. Hey, how are you doing? How you doing? Goodbye. We're going to go and we're going to drag a pipe all the way over to here from... Oh, wait, we already have a pipe going all the way into this one, right? I can put a filter on these two and I'll only allow salt into that one. And into that one. And then only allow snowballs into that one. So I don't have to run a pipe super long. Okay, so let's try this. we're going to grab another crafter. I know I'm talking in my head a lot. And we're going to do this. So that guy's going to take in watermelons. I'm not going to set it up to take in watermelons yet, but I will connect the pipe. He's going to take in watermelons. And we're going to put this here. So he'll take in watermelons, and then from the bottom, he will take in snowballs. So let's get back into our bag here. Get our glacier participator. And then we'll just go like right there. We can charge it from the top. Because then we can just go back into our bag. And there. So that will fill up with water. At least it should. Oh, that's the output. That's not the back. That's not the back. That's the back. And then it's going to output out the bottom. Okay, if you output out the bottom, oh, no. Boop. Alright, if I continue going really snakily, I can connect into that. So, what I will do is I will go on to these guys and I will put filters. So let's grab a thing of salt. Put a filter on there, whitelist only salt. And then we will come over to this guy, put a filter on him, whitelist only salt. And then I will just come back like so. Boom. So when this guy makes things, which he'll be powered from someplace. I don't know how I'm going to wire this up for power. It's going to be really difficult. It looks messy as crud, but it's going to work. That's for sure. All of this just to make hamburgers. So this is going to make snowballs. These snowballs are going to go down. They're not going to be able to go anywhere else, so they're going to go down, and they're going to go into this guy. So if that filter system that I just set up works worth a dang, we shouldn't see any salt whatsoever come into here. And we don't. So that's good. Now, what do we want to do? I think we need to start getting power set up so we can start getting a buffer into these guys. I need to get that upgrade as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut and I'm going to make a water wheel system up here, and I'm going to get the upgrade for this guy so he can get all of these at once. And I might actually go ahead and set up the rest of it because you've seen pretty much how it happens. And that way we can get it done in this episode because this episode might run a little long. Alright guys, I'll be right back. Okie dokie guys, as you can see I got power set up. I haven't decorated that yet, and I got these cool looking wires going everywhere. Everything is powered, everything is doing things. I mean, look, we're making cheeseburgers now. As you can see, it's not done though, and the reason is this is broken. It works every now and then, but it does not work like it's supposed to. Let's charge this. In my test world, which was in the last 2.2.2 versus this new model 2.3.5 version, these worked fine. Worked great. Every time it had something to harvest, it would harvest it. It would, I mean, don't say it's the way I have this set up, because every now and then it works. As you can see, this guy says it doesn't have any work to do. Don't say it's a sludge, because that doesn't matter either. I've used these enough to know. It was working in my test setup that I have on my single player world, but it is no longer working, so I know it is this issue. It is very sad, so hopefully there's a fix for it, or they know what's going on, or something. I don't know. It works every now and then, like when I unload the chunk, even though it's in near spawn, but like when I come log out and log back in, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works when... here, I can prove that it's not the pipes. Do I have... I don't have any room for some of this stuff. Let me make some room. Boom, boom, boom. Get rid of the salt. Alright, let's empty some of this stuff. Like, I shouldn't need those. Well, I will need those here in a second. Okay, that's clear for right now. Grab the filter, grab this thing, and grab the pipes. Alright, so when I break this, it should, if it's because it can't put it anywhere, it'll just immediately harvest. See? It just does not harvest anything. It just doesn't work. It would just spill it all out right here if it was working. There's nothing inhibiting it, so it's definitely not my pipes. It just doesn't work anymore. So let's go ahead and do this quickly. So in case it does work, nothing goes in there. We'll whitelist this. See, it started to work, but it's still working, I bet. And we put this there. Look, boom. And it's doing... It did the back row, but it didn't want to finish. Oh, here it comes. Plop, 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 plop. If we look into this guy, it's working. And then it pauses, and it's going to come through and do the front row. Boom. See, it works, and it's set up the way it's supposed to be set up. It just doesn't want to work on a normal flow. So I'm trying to get these things to, you know, back up and have a good inventory for when I shove them forward, like these guys. Unfortunately, these guys don't, you know, they just come into these things. So, I mean, they have backflow in case these guys get full. And this thing's waiting for tofu to be made. Tofu's being made, getting shoved in here. New hamburgers are being made. Hamburgers getting shoved in here, and then another cheeseburger's being made. So it does work, it's just it's working at such a slow pace and such a sporadic pace that it's not worth it. It just doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe I'll hook up more of these, and maybe they'll start working better. I haven't tested it in a smaller setup. I have an emerald thing in there, so it's everything's covered. I just wish it worked better. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just too big, because it's probably searching all the way out. It's searching like 11 blocks out, but that doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does. It's probably what it's doing. It's because it goes out 11 blocks. But even though it's going out 11 blocks, it's still going back and forth, and I've sat here for, I don't know, 30 minutes, and it didn't harvest. So it's ridiculous. Maybe it's not broken. Maybe I just need to make smaller ones. Well, if that was true, then if I do this, then this should harvest immediately. It does. Okay, that's the issue then. I figured it out! But I'm out of time to record. It's been like 4 hours since I've started this actual thing. And I've been playing all day since like noon, and it's 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. my time. No! Dang it! You suck. Where did I put that? So I'm gonna go ahead and put this guy back in there. Figured out the issue, it's just it's too big of an area. I'll just make like 2 or 3 harvesters. That's not a big deal. Where's my bag? Bag. Don't need you right now. I need you. I choose you, medic. Boom. Boom. Tomato seed. So I'm just gonna cut it here, and next episode we'll have this shop up and running. In between this episode and next, I will get this fixed. Now that we know the actual issue is that it's just too big of an upgrade and it's taking forever. So I could make the farms bigger, which would just be ridiculous. Because these are all 10 by 10, 10. So this is what? 4, 8. Half a stack, a little over, like, yeah, a little over half a stack per thing each harvest. So if I doubled this at least, it'd be 1, 2, 3, that'd be 8. So it'd still be 3 rows short of being max, so it's always harvesting. But that would be full stack each time, each harvest, or a little over. Well, now that we know the issue, we'll get it worked out, and things will start flowing over here. Alright, guys. Yeah, but in between this episode, I'll figure that out, and I'll finish this up, and then we'll hook it up there next episode. So we will open up shop next episode. Should be at the beginning of the episode, and then we can work on something else. Because this needs to be done. I've spent 2 weeks crafting all this stuff. It's insane. Ooh, look at all those cheeseburgers. Plop. Cheeseburgers. Alright, guys. This is Digimazter saying, see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye-bye-bye.